Hey Libra, welcome to your weekly forecast for November 25th through December 1st. We're going to see what's going on in the week ahead with this deck here, and then we're going to pull a spirit message for you with that deck there. Actually, a prayer and a blessing, because we do have a new moon in Sagittarius happening this week, and for those of you that don't know, the new moon is an excellent time for manifesting, for calling in new stuff. So Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, what is happening in the week ahead for our Libra friends? And as always, guys, for those of you who are curious about which cards I'm using, I'm all about giving credit to the creators of the different decks. I always have that information in the description of the video. I always credit the deck creators. So check that out if you're interested. Here's your Monday, Tuesday, your Wednesday, Thursday, and your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, my darlings, let's get right on in here. Monday, Tuesday is King of Trees. So it's Architect. This is really good energy, actually, to start off the week with. It's very solid energy, okay? This is going to have to do with opportunities. This is going to have to do with abundance. Don't be surprised for some of you where you are receiving some good news in terms of work or some kind of a bonus or even an investment opportunity or something that you might be creating yourself, some idea that you're getting that you're going to go ahead and plant some kind of seed and see it grow. The thing that I love about this card is a lot of the times it's some success that's coming your way based on resources you already have, right? Which is really what I love about this card. It's kind of like, you know, you're able to build upon with what you have. So for example, you might have an idea for okay, this is a perfect example. Somebody might have a dream of starting a bakery. Like maybe somebody really loves to bake and it's their dream to have a little shop, but they don't have the, thousands of dollars it's going to cost to go and get a place up and running. They might not have good credit. They might not be able to go and get approved for a business loan, but they might have some eggs and flour and butter and sugar sitting around the house, and they can go ahead and put that together and bake some goodies, some cupcakes, cookies, cakes, whatever. They can advertise it. They can put on social media. They can do like cater events and things like that and start picking up customers in this way. And over the years, before you know it, little by little, they've made an income from that. And they can take from that income and they can start putting it into something like, renting out a professional kitchen to work out of, or, opening up a business, opening up a shop, fixing their credit, whatever they need to do to get that store up and running. So it all starts somewhere, right? That would really be a King of Trees kind of situation. Like you might not have enough money to open up that bakery, but you do have enough money or you do have sitting around the house some eggs and flour and sugar, and you can go ahead and make something happen with what you have. That's a perfect kind of example. So whatever it might be, right? Or the art supplies or music instruments or something you have sitting around that can become a source of abundance for you. Sometimes this card also comes up when it has to do with opportunities for work. So sometimes I see it happen when you get invited to take part in something, or you're offered a promotion, or you're offered a job, and you might think, wow, this sounds great, but it's a little too much for me. Like I'm not quite ready for it. This card is like, look, if you weren't ready for it, it wouldn't be here now. You can do it. You can go for it. It's here because you're ready for it. Do it, go for it. So it's very, very positive, strong, foundation building kind of energy, and it has to do with abundance and with financial stability. So really, really pleasant to start the week off with, especially in a week where we have a new moon and we're calling in new energies. And look at here, You guys are very much like Leo. You've got your mind on your finances right now. These tree cards, these cards in the suit of trees in this deck, this has to do with your finances and money. So Knight of Trees here, the creator of this deck has it listed as custodian. So custodian would be someone like someone who's responsible for something, someone who's in charge of something. So you might be taking on some project, you might be taking on some task or some goal. The beautiful thing about Knight of Trees is he's very, very committed, right? He stays the course. One foot in front of the other, he makes something happen. He's able to build, he's able to create something that is going to be long lasting. A custodian is a very responsible person, right? They are the keeper of something. So Libra, you are becoming the keeper of your dream. I feel for some of you, there may have been some project or something where you were wanting to do to get ahead, and you've been kind of like leaning or desiring someone to help you with it. So whether it's a family member or a romantic partner or a business partner, or maybe you were wanting to start a business but you were waiting on a partner, or you wanted to buy a property and you were waiting to find someone to go in on that with you. I feel like this is the week that you're realizing that, you know what, I'm going to do this myself. I got this. I'm going to do this, one foot in front of the other. I'm going to create it. I'm going to make it happen for me. Because flat out, Libra, I'm feeling a sense of impatience with you. Like, I feel like you're tired of waiting. You're like, you know what? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, it needs to happen now. And so even though, Libra, you're not a fire sign, I really feel like you're picking up on the intensity of the fire energy of the new moon in Sagittarius. And you're just like, it needs to happen now. And I'm not going to wait. And I'm taking control of the situation. And I'm just going to make it happen. Because whether it takes 5 years, 2 years, 10 years, whatever, however many years, those years are going to come and go regardless. So I may as well be doing something in the meantime. So I really feel in that way, you're calming the impatience by knowing that you're taking actions, by knowing that you're taking steps, and by knowing that you are going to get to what it is you're envisioning for yourself. So I feel this strong desire to just make things happen and no longer put yourself on the back burner or put your dream or idea on the back burner. Like you're ready to go and make it happen now, right? You're not waiting for someone else to come in and do it with you. Your next card here is 5 of Trees, all right? So there could be some limitations that you're encountering. Now, 5 of Trees can be a kind of a magical time, okay? And one thing I want to point out to you, Libra, all of your cards here for this week have been from the suit of trees. So in this particular deck, instead of pentacles or coins, it's been listed as trees. So this has to do with money. So Libra, your mind is on money this week. So it's pretty safe to say that the majority of you Libras that have felt drawn to this reading were drawn to this reading because you are trying to manifest money. And not just like money, like, oh, I hope I get some extra money and hit the scratcher or hit the lottery. Like you're wanting a steady flow to come in. Like you're wanting to have your financial situation permanently improved. And this is kind of like a continuation of last week's reading, right? You guys were just very driven to make things happen this time around, to like, kind of take your power back. And I feel like this week it's shifting to where you're focusing more on your finances and being victorious in your finances. 5 of Trees can be where you have some fear though, right? Because you know where you want to be, but you're comparing to where you are now. And it is a card that will come up when you really are going into this level of independence. When you really are in this energy where you're like, you know what? I can't count on the people around me anymore. Like, I can't wait for them to step up. I'm going to have to do this on my own. But a beautiful thing happens. I sometimes call 5 of Trees the Wizard of Oz card. Right? Like Dorothy was lost and she went out to try to find help and she went out to try to find this wizard. And along the way, this very unlikely band of friends came together and they became their own little family and they had each other's back. And together they were able to conquer things together. And so that's why I kind of call it the Wizard of Oz card with that 5 of Trees or 5 of Pentacles. You're going out into the unknown, right? You aren't sure exactly how you're going to get to where you need to go. You know what you're trying to achieve. You're not sure exactly how you're going to get there, but you're figuring it out along the way, and along the way you're finding that soul family, or you're finding the right people to come in and be a part of whatever it is that you're creating. But I think that a lot of you, Libra, you're realizing that it's time for you to go in a new direction and to stop waiting for the people around you to get it together, because they're not going to step up, right? And for a lot of you, this could be within the family dynamic, right? You may have been waiting on an older sibling or someone to step in and to help with a situation with parents, or property that needs to be repaired, or like whatever. And you're like, you know what? They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. So you are in this energy where you're just making a way to find the solution on your own, or starting a business, or getting out of a debt. Like you're taking this responsibility within, like, upon yourself. But you have some really positive cards here that are saying you are going to master this. You're just going to go through an uncertain time in the beginning, but blessings will come out of that uncertain time. Speaking of blessings, let's see what your prayer card is, what your blessing card is. And I encourage you, Libra, to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos, because those can be very helpful. They can bring a little extra information your way. So do check those out. You might also really like to see what blessing comes up for your moon sign and rising sign this week. So what we have here, my dears, you have a blessing of forgiveness. This makes sense, and I'll tell you why. I'm really kind of a little bit shook that this card came up for you. This is an amazing deck. It really is responding in really, really amazing ways, that it's really fitting in with the messages of the readings for the zodiac signs this week. So I already said, Leo, that a lot of you are having this realization that you can't quite, count on somebody to step up, and you're having to kind of go your own way or make something happen on your own. Now, it's cool that you're taking back your power, but if you're not careful, this is going to create resentment energy. And anytime we have resentment, it makes it impossible to get out of a cycle or move away from a person. So especially, Libra, if you are in a situation where you're trying to manifest a move, like you're wanting to get your money together, because you're wanting to move away from like a toxic family kind of situation, or get out of a toxic relationship or something, you cannot do that if there's resentment. Resentment is the stickiest energy of all. So there's a forgiveness coming in here for you to help you manifest that change and to help you manifest that shift. So I'm going to go ahead and read the prayer for you, my darlings. And last couple of times I used this book, a lot of people said they ended up coming back to it again and again. They listened to the prayer at night before they went to bed, or in the morning when they woke up. They felt like it really helped them, like they were being prayed over. And I'm all for that, my dears. If it brings you healing, if it brings you comfort, please feel free to make use of it. It's here for you to tune in anytime you need it. So, darling Libra, a blessing to be able to be free of the burden of grudges and vengeance, a prayer to help you open up to the blessing that is forgiveness. May the blessing of this self-forgiveness be bestowed upon you now, dear friend. Know you will gently untangle the doubt and recriminations that have settled like thorns about your heart and invaded your mind's peace. And as you begin to forgive yourself, you will also begin to find forgiveness for the injustices you have endured. For in that forgiveness and acceptance and ability to know clearly that wrongdoing was done, you will begin to return to yourself. You will be wiser, yet unpoisoned. Slowly, May the pain and the bitter buds wither, and in their place may you be reborn, honestly able to remember, wiser, in order to prevent this event taking place again, and able to recall without pain. And the justice that the universe will deliver to you will be restorative, bringing back to you threefold what was taken by another. May you be free of the pain at last. Let the anger burn down into coals from which you, phoenix-like, can arise. And know you have forgiven the other for their dark gift, forgiven life, and most of all, delivered the pure medicine of forgiveness to yourself. Blessed be Libra. That's a powerful one. That is a powerful one, my darlings. Libra, if you feel like you need a little extra love right now, if you feel like you need a little extra positivity, go ahead and check out the November channeled messages if you haven't already. They are love readings, the November ones, because when I did the love reading, Spirit led me to channel, because the energies right now are intense, and there is a lot of like dispute energy in the air, so some of you may have been going through disputes, so you might find the channeled message helpful even if you're not curious about love right now. I will be doing a December channeled message in the next couple of days, which will not be based around love and romance. It'll just be a channeled message for December, because so many people responded to the channeled message for November, like, oh my gosh, this was so helpful. So that is coming out. If you hit the subscription and notification buttons, you'll get a notice when the December channeled messages are up. I'm still going to do the weekly forecasts. You're still going to get the weekly videos like this one, and you're still going to get a monthly love reading, but I'm also going to do the monthly channeling because a lot of people have asked for that, and it was helpful for a lot of people. Some people, a few, not that many, but a few people were freaked out by it. They thought it was scary. They didn't like it. I actually saw one person that commented it was scary. I felt like I wasn't listening to you. Like, I heard your voice, but it didn't feel like I was listening to you. And you're not listening to me when you're listening to a channeled message. It is my voice, but I'm channeling spirit, so it's not me. And some people don't like that. It freaks them out. So if you don't like that, don't worry. You're still going to get these weekly messages like this one here. You're still going to get the regular love reading. But if you like the channeling, that will be available monthly as well. I'll keep them separate for those of you who just get freaked out, or you don't want it, or you're not ready for it. I can respect that. I can understand that, my dearest. But again, Libra, you got this. Stay on this. I think a lot of you are turning around your finances right now. You're coming into your independence and your stability. Well deserved. And I thank you all very much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. And I'm wishing you a fabulous week, my dears.